Hello everyone, welcome to round 6. We have table 1, a table 1 feature match. Maybe it's Destiny, who we know is on Dragon Link. I don't know what Kurt Cobain is on, but this should be a banger.
And let's just get the elephant in the room out of the way. In true Yu-Gi-Oh player fashion, I did not read how long I was supposed to stay on for. So I'm back for one last round to end off the day, and it would not be a match with me if it did not involve Phantom Knights.
So do we know that Kurt Cobain is on Phantom Knights?
Yes, Kurt Cobain's just started off his plays and his normal summon Torn Scale, ditched a cloak into Ragged Gloves. It's probably one of the better starters that you want if you're summoning Torn Scale.
Okay, I need to restart my dueling book because I am not seeing that. So let's try this again.
How would it be if I was just in the wrong match?
That would be something, but unlikely. I need to go to watching. Okay, Kurt Cobain, maybe it's Destiny. Let's try this again. Okay, here we go. I see the plays. So sorry, could you take us through what happened there? Because I'm a bit...
Yeah. So fairly standard PK plays. Started off normal summoning Torn Scale, ditched Cloak to pitch Gloves, used Cloak to search the boots, and then they went into the Cherubini BA plays.
Okay. So we're seeing a pretty standard opening, I would say here. Getting the Fog Blade, summoning this back. Summoning this.
Going for the Shade Brigandine. I wonder where this is going to go. So they're going into a Soul Day, right? So we did see the 60 card pile earlier, but this is very much a standard 40 card list that looks as if it's kind of going off in its own direction.
Yeah, I think this is another Warrior PK deck. I think it was 50 cards, maybe, when we saw this.
Oh, you're right, actually, sorry, again, can't count. There's 38 cards left in deck.
Yeah, so I think this is one of these 50 card, PK decks with the Warrior engine in it. Yeah, this is pretty
11
strong.
Fossil going for the... Yeah, that's a fun play. Essentially, just a free extender.
And it's pretty nice. We're gonna see a link to maybe for Appaloosa.
Could be. I think maybe this deck at this point is safer, just setting up the Nibiru protection.
Yep.
And we do know they have got a Fog Blade in hand as well. So they could just be setting up a board in the gates.
Ooh, I knew what Kurt Cobain used to be on. I see. Okay. So that was our chat from Outrun YGO. Which Kurt Cobain are you talking about? The one from Nirvana or something else?
Well, do you know what? I'm going to leave that exactly where it is. I'm not taking that bait. I'm not doing it.
He might have been on some stuff, but we're going to keep it somewhat family friendly here. Okay, so dumps the wings specialing back out. Living Fossil, specially back out.
Does Living Fossil negate the effects?
I just especially when equip this a bit. I don't.
That's so clever.
Does it
so it brings back the Seer.
I don't see that it negates. Oh, its effects are negated. Oh, I see. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
It's maybe it's Destiny's just going to go ahead and scoop it up, which might be prudent because again, we're still at the point in the tournament where maybe Kurt Cobain doesn't know what Destiny's on, and I think Dragon Link has that advantage going first if its opponent doesn't know that it's Dragon Link. Probably similar to PK in the sense that people aren't building for it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be really interesting here. Now, we know some secrets about maybe it's Destiny. We know that he plays Floodgates going first in Dragon Link, like Summon Limit, which is pretty cool.
I think something like Summon Limit would absolutely put the final nail in the coffin for the PK strategy.
Yeah, like what are you supposed to do? Like, okay. Oh, when he hits him with the Chaos Space, that's the best card to start out with. Yeah, I almost always ash this card just because I feel like I don't have a choice.
It's one of those must negates, and he's searching out the Levy in here.
So
that's
probably has the black. Yeah, okay. Yep, he does exactly. So he was trying to bait Alan and Ash there. Oof, and hits him with the knocked out. So is he going to go straight to Link 2? Or is he going to try to do some other linkage? Okay, so he's going straight into the Link 2, saving his Striker Dragon because it's limited. So we got Knock Rom Black.
That's nice, yeah. So they get the two searches, then they draw out the way. That's, when Dragon Link gets an opening like this, you really remember that it was such a super powerful deck. Not even, maybe 9 months ago. And it took a lot to really put this deck in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, this deck, it's got hit so many times,
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to Borderland. Sorry, on you go. Yeah, you're talking about, so it hits Union Carrier.
Union Carrier, then Striker and LP as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of hits, plus the Black Dragon and White Dragon got limited, although that might have happened a while ago.
Yeah, and that was just like just another version of Dragon Link. And they've got the chamber for this normal summon. So this is going to end on a good few pieces of interruption.
We see the Pisty. Extra extension there with a double point. This reminds me of like old Dragon Link when they had the Pisty and the LP and the Striker Dragon pointing at each other.
Yeah.
This might still be tier 1 with LP around, honestly.
I could see it. And I was going to lead on. I'm really excited to see if Borderland does anything. I feel like the deck in its current status really would have to put everything into that card, but it is a super powerful boss monster.
Okay, so we're gonna see spheres. I mean, just look at all his advantage. He hasn't even had to use his boot sector. Has a Dragon Ravine still.
And of course, because we added back the Black Dragon, that's just a free discard.
Sends the Absurator to grab the Tracer. Banishing 3 Darks. Gonna get the Hand Rip as well here. And if we know anything about, maybe it says, and he might end on an IP, or he might go for the, is it called Dilindris Dragon? One of the ones that summons 2.
Yeah, I think could potentially summon out. So there's the IP, as you very accurately said. It's still got a lot of extension though, because we're looking at a hand that hasn't used Boot Sector, as you said. Might not even need it. I'm seeing him set a couple of cards and just pass. And when we look at it, there's 3 bounces here, which very much hurts the current meta. Because, if you just start picking apart the Sword Soul board or the PK board with non-destructive removal, like you're kind of in a really good position.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I really like how maybe it's just he's playing these. He always has follow-up, like when he goes first. Like,
and we know, as you said, he's got some really powerful floodgates that he can side in.
The old Mystic Mine. That's a good one.
Oh, but we could go ahead. Yeah, that's outable with the spheres.
It's also outable with the Dragon Maid Trap as well.
Yes.
The question is, does he want a spheres to summon something from his deck? Which maybe.
That's a really good point though. If he can tidy in it, maybe it's smart to let Kurt play a little bit, then out the mine once he's kind of confident, and then really hit him hard. But it looks like he's going to hit him with the spheres now, which I think, again, mine isn't once per turn, is it?
It's not. The best draw would be something like a Twin Twisters here. But I don't think he has it because he could have probably just twinned earlier and then went mine and maybe stopped the whole thing. Well, maybe it's fine now because you don't. Maybe he doesn't chain the Dragon Maid Trap. It's hard to say, but okay. So here comes the mine. I think you just say. You could also just link everything off here. This might be a point where you want to link everything off with the IP, just so that your opponent can't go crazy with under their own mine. Okay, but we're going to see Fusion Destiny here. This is huge because if he can hit that tidying, he's trying to get rid of that tidying so that he can get this mine to just stick around forever. Yeah,
to be honest, there's still some comeback from this. The beauty of Dragon Link, as well, as we mentioned, is that non-destructive removal. So if he commits to the Fusion Destiny, just tries to pop a card on field, then you can go ahead, use the Tidying, bounce a Dragon back, bounce the DPE, and then it's going to force him to pop that Mystic Mine.
That's a very,
so
very
having
good
that Tidying
point.
is so crucial.
That is a very good point. So if he does want to go DP effect, he probably has to set a card. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, if you activate DP and then gets Tidying chained, you're right. You have to pop a card on your field. That would be the mine in this case. Yeah, that's a very, very
committing
good
to the Fusion Destiny so early locks them out of everything. Here we go. Yep. Let's see if he's going to use it.
Right. So Tidying. Yeah. So this Tidying bounces bounce. This is gonna have to pop the mine. I agree here.
What a smart play.
Yeah, I don't think maybe it's Destiny. I think maybe it's Destiny's knows. It's like, hold on a second, you gotta pop stuff still.
Resolve.
Yeah. No, I think I didn't notice that, so I think you noticed it as well. No, I don't think Kurt gets it. He needs to pop his mine. And I don't think Kurt realized it either. I might not have even realized it until you pointed out, Tally. That was a really good call.
It's probably the best one I will make tonight. And that's fine.
And look at that. Kurt Cobain doesn't even... I think maybe it's Destiny just needs to type it out. Just type it out.
Yeah.
Okay, no, stop saying resolve. He doesn't... just explain to your opponent where the misunderstanding is. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Man. So, PK still might have some interaction, might have a Fogblade in hand, might have something. Extra deck is definitely out of the question, but that doesn't mean that the game is lost. But this is, as we've said a couple of times, this is where we're going to see Dragon Link really punish PK, because we still have the Dragon Ravine, which means that we can ditch pretty much anything, grab a Safer, grab that Levianeer. This is going to be powerful. This is a really good crackback.
So this is pretty well played by maybe it's Destiny. It's going to pop the IP. Okay, so now we've resolved it.
Don't know if IP still get big. It's taking a Link 2 off the field, but Dragon Ravine's really good.
Yeah, exactly. Because the Dragon Ravine could send the what's it called? The Starleech Safer, maybe, like add back a Levy. Lots of options there. So, yep.
And I think this might be what we're doing, what we're seeing.
We're gonna start with this. Yeah. So I feel like. Sorry. I feel like maybe there was a better way to try to get that mine to stick, but it was gonna be tough with the Dragon Maid Tidying that main drag out to the mine.
Now he's pitched the boot sector, so that tells me either the cards in his hand are absolutely cracked, or he just doesn't need it.
Yeah, well, his opponent has no monsters, so it's harder to really get that good boot sector value. He's gonna go for Dark Light to pop the set. I mean, what is this? Probably like a Fog Blade.
Yeah,
right? Like most likely.
And it's smart to get that out of the way early.
Oh, E-Telly. Okay.
E-Telly. That's fair, because I don't think... Does Chaos Dragon target?
It does not. So even if he chained it would have just popped the monster. It might have been worth to chain it anyway, just to get stuff out of your deck, but unless he's happy drawing one of the level 3s next turn. It is looking grim, though. This is probably going to be heading to a game 3, I would imagine, because we know he's got Tracer. And so Tracer probably pops the Levy.
Pops the Levy.
Like this. I like this. Just because it can't attack anyway. Because it uses its effect. So, I'm going to link 4A. 4A. He's got Savage.
I'm going to think Chaos Dragon.
Chaos Ruler. Yeah, it's one of those two, right? Savage or Chaos Ruler, basically.
I'm also thinking that I reckon Kurt Cobain might have a handful of monsters, which might make the Celestial really difficult to resolve next turn, because honestly, I probably would have set, in retrospect, probably not a good idea, but again, we've established I'm not the best player. But I reckon he's going to have a pretty difficult time with this crackback with 2 set cards and an Omni Negate.
Okay, so you're right. It is monsters. He's going to go for the Snake. probably wants to cycle it. Okay, he probably hit the snake.
Ah,
Probably
there we
wanted
go.
to cycle
Yeah.
the snake. Something else. And that's going to end game 2. So, game 3.
That was expertly played by Destiny. You know, I think you were saying earlier on, really, really well-known name in DB. I get why. Guy's a really good player.
Played that pretty well, yeah, and I think he's been playing Dragon Link for some time. And you know, when I watch him play, I'm like, you know what? I think I'm gonna play Dragon Link tomorrow. You know, it looks easy enough, right? But it's not that easy. So
there's like, you know, I've talked through a lot of my thought process, and I think, you know, some of it's been quite good and some of it not so much. But like, see, actually, when you have to apply that to a game and you have to play Dragon Link has some weird hands as well that are playable if you're good, but absolutely unplayable if you're bad, and you end up going -5 to set up Sphere's Savage. But like, if you're a good Dragon Link player, you can get away with a lot.
Okay, so game 3, what are we expecting to see? We're probably gonna need some hand traps, obviously, for PK. This PK deck is really strong. What's like the worst hand trap, or worst for the PK player? Best hand trap against PK?
It's difficult. I think Lancia is really powerful. Nibiru is really powerful. So honestly, kind of like turn enders if they're used correctly. I'm looking in the side deck for maybe it's Destiny, and there's some good stuff in there. It depends. This PK variant may like to search a bit more, so he's got some kind of anti-search and hate. He's looks really tuned to the Sword Soul matchup. But overall, I do think he's got some cards he can side in that kind of help out the matchup and get him a wee bit further. Yeah, I think PK might have the advantage here.
Yeah, but the thing is, PK just Fusion Destiny Pass. That's one issue with PK. The one problem is it runs a lot of bricks sometimes, like especially in the 50 cards with the Isolde stuff. Now he didn't even open any of the Fusion Destiny bricks, but he's still, you know, maybe he's like just a bunch of traps. And you know, just a DPE, it's gonna be
that's big.
Ooh, Imperial
Order. Even in 50 cards, it's just a game winner.
It is what that is gotta hurt. Okay, so that's just changed the whole terrain of this duel here. Imperial Order, but it's balanced because you have to pay 700 life points a turn.
Yeah, honestly, in 11 turns, that card's going to be finished and we're going to be fine.
Okay, so he has Gamma for the DPE. So not
beautiful.
Over yet.
I think that's a big loss of advantage. If he's got a couple of cards that he can set here, then Kurt definitely has a good game going. If not, and he has bricked, and Fusion Destiny was kind of the saving grace there. So he's drawn a monster, so he's going to resolve Dasher.
Yeah, this is pretty good. He just needs to get that second monster out of his hand so he can...
Yeah. If he just happens to have 2 level 3s, then he's off to the races.
Yeah, Imp Order just putting a chokehold on this game. Yeah, Droll is a good... You know, he just needs to get these monsters out of his hand. As long as this is something he can summon. Is there any brick he can't summon? I don't think so, right?
Unless he's summoned the... No, I was going to say unless he summoned a BA, but even at that, like, you normal summon a BA, it pops itself. He's just trying to empty his hand. Yeah. Oh. Go me for the call.
Yeah, nice call there. So, I mean, this is going to summon Sir and do nothing, basically. Unless he has a Scarm in his deck. So, okay, that's actually still pretty big, because that's not a guaranteed Link 2 here. So he needs some okay draws here to, like, keep putting pressure. Because this Droll is level 1, not the greatest combo starter here. So what are, like, his best draws? He passes again! Okay, so we really have a game... I mean... Now he lost his DP, so maybe it's Destiny can play now? No, he's not going to play. He says, alright, I'll pass to you. So you're right. No. This is Imperial Order being balanced here, as it's taking away, like, spell cards are bad draws now. Ooh, but he hits the boots.
Ooh.
Huge
If he has a generic Link too, then he's doing well. Well, probably will be running Verte.
Verte or Phoenix, yeah. He might just go Verte to get this thing into the graveyard. But no more DPE, so...
And Verte has the benefit that it's dark, so you can go that plus Shade Brigandine. straight into Rusty and get the engine going.
Ah, so that's what he's going for. That might have been the draw that he needed. Gonna activate this. I don't know what maybe it's Destiny has set. It might be an impermanence.
And these first two games went in really quickly. He's got the imperm. That's really good.
The prom,
do you think he
though,
might have another one?
Yeah, it could be another one. The problem, though, is that he needs to get rid of this Rusty, because this will just activate its effect again next turn. Pay 700
I don't
here.
want to be biased. Really, really rooting for Destiny here. I think if that other set card is imperm, he might just have it.
True. If that can unlock his hand. I mean, it makes sense that he would want to set imperm in the column with order, but again, another pass. So I think this one's it's probably going to be over here, honestly, because, I mean, if this Rusty resolves... Yeah, it's a Veiler.
He's got the Veiler.
Okay. Okay, not over yet.
Okay.
So maybe you're right. Maybe it's imperm. He's literally just waiting for a way to play, and he just doesn't have one yet.
I think it definitely is.
It makes sense. It would make sense to set an imperm. Oh, it is!
Oh,
okay.
Beautiful.
There
right,
it is.
Let's see where this takes us.
Yeah,
because we do still have 3 other set cards, you know.
Here's the quick launch. Okay. We might have some plays here. This is the quick launch.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is exciting. So, think here. What could he have? Oh, he has an Ash.
Oh.
Wow. That is gonna hurt.
Let's see. Because the thing about Dragon Link is it can also brick him. It doesn't have the luxury of having as many extenders right now. So I wonder where this is going to take us. It's got free cards in hand, and you know we've seen Destiny play really well with free cards in hand.
Yeah, is he thinking as well? I don't know if it was a little late, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know if it was a little late, to be honest. I think.
Yeah. It kind of this is one of those weird DB interactions where you know like lag can come into play and like your opponent doesn't respond like to like within the right time frame.
Yeah, I mean, this one's up to a judge call. This is like the when do you say think? That's the biggest question. That's what I don't know. I can't see the logs. So...
Oh, hello. 2104, activate quick launch. And then 11 seconds later, they drop the Ash on it.
Yeah, the question is when do you say think? That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
If that think was in response to quick launch, then...
Yeah, so we'll kind of...
I don't think you can blame your opponent for 11 seconds. They said think like 5 seconds in.
So we're going to have a judge call. I think that's fine. Regardless of how this ends, I really would hate for kind of day one stream to end on a match won by Imperial Order. But it's a good match. You know, game 1 and 2 were absolutely insane.
Yeah. And we could maybe find another match. I do want to see how this one resolves itself. I really wish that Kurt did have an Ash. I would have loved to see like the interaction between quick launch, because I think honestly maybe it's Destiny needs this to resolve to have that chance.
Feel like with how hard he's pushing it and asking like a judge to step in, I do feel like this is his lifeline.
Yeah, it probably is his lifeline. So we're gonna have a judge here. It's gonna be close, but I think it's probably gonna go to Kurt. That Imperial Order. You know, we have documented evidence now of Imperial Order. You know, we send this over to Konami if we want it banned. I wonder if they'll errata Imperial Order again. You know? Just
to say, if you activate this card, lose? I think that would be a good deterrent.
Yeah, because like think about it like this, right? Like, their point of erratating these cards was to take them off the ban list. So they errated Imperial Order to take it off the ban list. If it gets banned again, will they errata it again? And what could you even errata Imperial Order to? Like,
I feel like Imperial Order is just, it's going to end up one of these cards like Pot of Greed, where people are like, man, how did they ever decide that, you know, shutting off every spell card in the game was a good idea? And contextually, at the point where it was printed, you know, people were playing things like Duster, you know, or like what's Duster? Is that the trap that just pops one?
Dust
Like the
Tornado.
MST that's a trap. Dust Tornado, that's
Yeah.
the one. People were playing that, so like at that point it was slightly more balanced. But come on, for years, like we have seen. Did we not see the last remote YCS or like the Euro YCS won by someone flipping order? Like it as a card that just has to go.
Yeah, I've won my fair share of games flipping that card over and lost my fair share of games against that card. It's definitely interesting. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I would errata the card if I wanted to stay around. I don't.
Maybe just make it last a turn.
Yeah, that would be it, right? Just make it last a turn. Make it last until the end of your next turn, I would say. That way, your opponent, you don't get to play spells. I don't even know, would the card be good enough?
Honestly, I feel like it still could be, because, you know, in a lot of cases, what Imperial Order does for a lot of decks is it buys you that one free turn,
right,
where you just OTK on the next one.
Anti-spell does something similar. I don't know, it's close. I don't know what would be better. Like,
yeah,
spell
it's
effects
honestly,
for this.
it's such a rough one. But we can all agree, it must feel bad. You know, maybe its Destiny must feel terrible that his opponent with how many cards in deck? Like over 50.
It was 50 exactly.
Drew Imperial Order.
Yeah, 50 exactly.
Is it 50 exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna happen sometimes, and that's just how it is. But like, it's interesting. Maybe you could make the life points even more. You know, they should make it so that you lose the duel if you can't pay. That's how they should really make it. I think that would be a lot fairer, like as a nerf. Because you almost never lose because of Imperial Order. Like it just pops itself. Like
yeah. So you know, unless it ends you on exactly 700 life points, which I don't think it can do, just naturally, you know, you just get a bunch of free turns, and your opponent can't do much about it. They either have to draw the out. I don't even think that its Destiny plays like something like Phoenix. You know, a lot of people aren't playing the Nightmares except from Unicorn these days. So it's kind of one of these things. I got into a discussion with someone a while back, and they're like, how are other types of floodgates, such as Skill Drain and Royal Decree, okay, but Imperial Order isn't? And the answer is, like, you can out those with spell cards, really common forms of removal, but you can't out Order with spell cards.
Yeah, I mean, just spells are like in every deck. I mean, it's an interesting card. Like, it's always been like this, but I just think the amount of like turn one just keeps mattering more and more and more. Like Imperial Order's always been good, but all the decks in the meta are using spells right now. Fusion Destiny, right? It's just everywhere. So
yep.
Okay, I think
so. It looks as if the judges ruled that they're just that the Ash was valid.
Yep, Ash was valid. So end phase.
I wonder what we could have in the end phase.
All by the grave. On the Veiler.
We have
smart, because this plays around a second Veiler.
I'm such an idiot. I forgot that we were literally talking about how good a play the Imperm was on the Order, and I was like, wait, how can he activate Called By?
Okay, I don't think you can use Dasher. Dasher is once per duel, I believe.
Yep.
Or once while it's in the graveyard or something like that. Some weird thing. One time only. Yeah. Yeah. Weird wording.
That's a sin. Wording. So Destiny's given the thumbs up. He's going to send... He's going to set the wing and send the cloak. Cloak's going to grab him a Torn Scale, and that's probably it.
Yeah, that's probably game here.
Well, actually, Torn Scale... maybe not as insane without an additional extender. Nope. I think that telegraphs he has the scale in hand. Oh, he doesn't. But he does have the Tsuchinoko.
Snake. Yeah, that's just going to be enough. I mean, no matter what he hits here, he could just go battle phase attack.
Yeah.
which I don't think Dragon Link has anything that can stop these attacks.
Yeah, there's Destiny dropping the GGs.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. That was a really good game 1 and 2, almost ruined by Imperial Order. Overall, really sick match though. I think both players showcased a ton of really smart plays. I think maybe it's Destiny still gets through to day 2 absolutely fine and can still top. But yeah,
yep.
Just needs to win tomorrow. What do you think, Yishan?
Yeah, this is a really good one. Do you want to watch the end of a match here? We got a little bit of time left. I think it's, what, 10 minutes left in the round or something like that?
Sure.
We can maybe watch... let's watch table 2. I don't think we've had... Oh, we've had You Broke My Heart. What about table 3? We've got Red Gamer 7 and B2O Beatrice. I don't think we've had them on the stream yet. So let's take a look at those guys at table 3 here. We've got Red Gamer 7.
Drytron.
Okay. Oh, we've got some Drytron. This is game 3. Okay. Okay.
So this could be an exciting one. We've cycled through an Orange Light, 8 to 10, Ben 10.
Yeah, it looks
got
like
the Fafnir.
There was an Ash.
Maybe.
And it got
negated. An Ash and a Veiler dropped on it.
It looked like it got negated by Orange Light, the Ash, though, but I think the Veiler got dropped on the Mu Beta here.
Yeah, that's probably the most reasonable thing. And they have the Diviner. This is going to be big. Oh, he's got the Imperm for it. Imperm. Oh my goodness!
Wow,
we've done it again, Yishan. We've willed 3 hand traps into someone's hand.
You know, people need to be going second when we're on stream, except unless maybe it's Destiny, in which case we've also willed the Imperial Order into his opponent's hand. Okay, so no, it's not. Was that not Veilered? Oh no, he just tributes the whole thing. Okay, makes sense here. He's gonna go for Beatrice here. I like that. B2O Beatrice going for Beatrice. Makes sense. Oh no, he can't because it's level 2. Sorry, that's a mistake. So was it just gonna be...
So I wonder what he's going for. Potential.
Oh yeah, this is level 2, not level 6. Oh. Wow. Hand's pretty good. 3 hand traps versus Drytron. Not enough. This is gonna add back. He's gonna let him add back the Meteonis. Link tribute the Ben 10 again. Wow.
Yeah, that'll be big.
Yeah, that's huge.
You know, maybe I'm saying this as someone who's not a particularly competitive player, and you can probably dispute me here. I just feel like we didn't really. I don't know. I feel like Drytron and VW never really had a chance to shine in a healthy format.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I think. Well, yeah, I actually think both decks are in decent spots right now. They're good but not broken, which is probably where they need to be, honestly. Because I mean, I do not miss. I do not miss the VFD days. Those were some dark days. And yeah, okay, so I mean, this is really yep, tribute, Ben 10, gonna draw first and then search. Now the real question is, does he have I mean, what kind of interruption is he gonna end on? Is it going to be...
It may just have to be something like grabbing another Orange Light.
Yeah, it could be IP, I'm thinking, Orange Light. Does he run the DPE package? If not... Oh, he can also... Is this gonna... Oh, this will work. Yes, he can summon this, but... Oh my god, he's gonna look at his hand, isn't he? Yeah, oh my god. So he basically 3 hand traps. Did he draw? He must have drawn into that off the Delta. That is sick.
So sometimes you just have it, you know?
That is sick.
You just really punish your opponent. Wow.
That is sick. Oh my gosh, that's gotta hurt. It's wow, and he's thinking.
And we're not going to see it. That's a sin.
Yeah, I mean, I want to know what he is looking at. Okay, Upstart. Oh, so is he playing in Sky Striker? Is this a Sky Striker? This Anchor. So it was Widow Anchor and Upstart in the hand. So it's a Sky Striker mirror. Or not mirror, but red is on Sky Striker.
Man, Sky Striker is an insane deck. Yeah. You know, I really feel like the deck's in such a weird position where it's so so powerful with DP. I think it probably takes advantage of it in one of the best ways.
Oh,
And wow,
he
I've
runs
never seen this
Chaotic
before.
Ruler. I've never seen this either. So he's gonna mill 5. It's
It
to add the
makes sense.
gamma.
Oh, right.
He's just to add gamma here. That's crazy.
This is spicy. This is what I like to see.
Oh, that is so cool because it got negated there. So I assume you add gamma, right? You already used delta. So gamma, he
Yeah, we
can
have.
tribute the ritual and make another negate.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. So what's he worried about his opponent having? His opponent could top deck for Ray. Ray would be the worst because he's going for that. He's going to tribute one for the other. Makes sense. Yeah. So sorry, he can add the delta to use for gamma. Ritual spell here. Gonna summon back the Editon again? Okay, he is. Probably. Oh no, the Benten. Oh my gosh, yeah, Benten.
Oh,
makes
and
sense.
another tribute. So what could we end on here? We could end on...
Oh, yeah. It's IP with orange light? Because that's a fairy in his hand.
Yeah. That might do it, though. You know, that could be enough to put an end to Sky Strikers here, if they're top decking.
Yeah, IP is really... I think IP is the way if he runs Underworld Goddess. I don't know, though. I have no idea what he runs. I'm just like... I just saw the Underworld Goddess from our ABC feature match today earlier. Okay. He's gonna go... Benten, add... You could go for Ava here? No, he's gonna go for Orange Light. Playing it safe.
Going for the Orange Light.
Makes sense. Now, yeah, is it IP? I've been thinking IP for a while. But let's see here.
Maybe they're not running it.
Apo? Apo for 4.
Oh, that's
not the best because he has Widow Anchor, right?
Yeah.
So we know that if he draws like a Ray, it's huge. But he does have Orange Light. It's Orange Light Ultimateness in hand. Yeah, it's Orange Light Ultimateness.
I guess my question here is when it comes to what he put back with tactics, do you think the Upstart was the right choice? Because it's a free spell card, really?
I think it's actually fine. I'm just not really a fan of ending with Appaloosa when you know your opponent has Widow Anchor.
Yeah.
Like you're trying to not have him draw Ray. Now also it's okay. Basically it's forced Widow Anchor. He has to Widow Anchor this. And he has the thing. Oh, but he drew the Ray. Oh my god.
What the? Come on.
Oh my god.
How?
So he attacks Appaloosa. 1500.
I don't believe it.
He's gonna activate the effect here. Now, okay, let's think. Do you have to Orange Light this, or do you Orange Light the next one? We have to think here. This is why, this is why I'm not a fan of linking everything off, which is like their top deck has to be right anyway. So he's gonna send Shark Cannon. Interesting.
I feel like Pagari's the right option to negate.
Yeah, I mean something's gonna get negated either way here. So yeah, here comes this. Targeting Shark Cannon, probably. Yeah, Shark Cannon makes a lot of sense here. He can't really he's gonna try to Drytron next turn, and it's probably gonna be Shark Cannon.
Yeah, I think if you negate the Kagari, they're still gonna get the Shizuku. But I definitely feel like with what's in the Drytron player's graveyard, we've got the Chaotic Magical Dragon with a light and a dark, we've got a ton of Drytrons. You know, I feel like it's so easy to win from this position.
Yeah, the problem is he needs a Ritual or a Drytron to start. That's the biggest issue.
So we know that he has Ultimateness.
Yeah, but if he's gonna negate this Kagari, he has to pay. So he's gonna pay.
He's
gonna pay. So that's what I'm saying. This top deck is huge now.
Yeah.
Which is why wasn't really the biggest fan of linking everything off into that, because he drew the Ray. So here comes Shizuku. This is gonna grab, almost certainly engage. And it really is just gonna come down to this top deck, which is insane. Actually, this has been a crazy game.
Yeah, ignored everything I said. This is wow. Right, let's see what we've got. Please have something.
I mean, there aren't that many Drytrons left. Like, oh my god.
How sometimes you just have it.
Oh my god. That is
And we were saying
crazy.
he needed a top deck. That was a top deck.
That was a top deck. That was a top deck. That is time in the round. That's the ding right there. Oh my gosh. That is something there. That is something. Let's see if he can OTK, though. We'll have to see here. Probably. Yeah, with Natasha, he's not gonna let the Ray come back. That makes sense. So he can go for Delta. Yeah, I mean, that was a huge top deck. Huge top deck.
That's so insane.
Yeah, draw a card.
Holy moly.
Draw a card.
And he's definitely got some really powerful cards still left in his extra deck.
Now he's got the properly summoned Natasha. Gonna gain some life points. Here comes the Delta. Natasha's Steel. If he runs a Boral Sword, which a lot of these Drytron decks do. It's probably just lethal. He's gonna steal that one. The Ray can't come back. Gain some life points.
This turned out wow. I'm really glad you said let's watch this match. I think I've said that with every match. You've called some absolute bangers, by the way.
Well, you know, I can't say that I'm a genius, but you know, it's still not quite lethal though. He needs one more.
Well, it does have the
he has the
magic
dragon. He has the dragon. Yeah, you're right. He's got the dragon. Got the dragon.
And that'll be wow. Go you, Beatrice. That was a really good top deck. You know, a bit of luck there, but I think he played it out really well in the end. I did pull up the deck list. Isn't actually running IP, which is probably the one thing about this deck I disagree with.
Interesting. Well, okay, so here's really interesting. So they basically top decked the two best cards in their deck 2 turns in a row, both players. He's like, okay, I'll top deck Ray, no problem. He's like, okay, I'll top deck Drytron Nova, no problem. I mean, that was actually a really close game, because if he doesn't draw a Drytron or a Ritual, it's over. I mean, that engage is just going to go crazy next turn, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
What a good day one. There was, I don't know, maybe we got lucky and picked some of the best matches. Maybe this tournament is just filled to the brim with like absolute stonkers, and like everything's been this good.
Yeah, this has been a great day of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're gonna have some even more Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow. Let's take a I think round 7 is gonna kick off at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, where we'll have Bear X Bear for round 7 and top 8, and then Golden Nova Yu-Gi-Oh! For top 4 and finals. These have been some really interesting matches. We got $2,000 on the line here at DCS 5. Well, thank you again, Tally. This is the second time I'm saying thank you.
You know, I almost don't feel like I want to say goodbye just in case I've messed up again. There's another round. But yeah, again, thank you everybody for having me on. Chat, I hope you had an absolute blast. There was some insane games today. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I'll probably have it on in the background.
All right, sounds good. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll be back. I'll be back 8 a.m. tomorrow for round 7. Until then, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that's going to be it for the stream for now. And I will see you all tomorrow.